I'm back again. This is my second Aluren video on the channel. The first one I did was the first really in this series. The first time I built it had Glasses Oracle, which is at 2 points. So I wanted to rejig the deck. I took white out. I just wanted to see what I could do. And I got some inspiration from these two cards, Time of Need and Step Through. Step Through was in the original deck for Wizard Cycling. Time of Need was not, but it's a card that I've had near my heart for a while. It is a sorcery. Search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. So you can only find legendaries with it, but it is a powerful tutor, as it costs 2. You can find any legendary in your deck. And then Step Through, we'll find any wizard. We'll get over... I'll definitely be discussing why we're playing cards like this. Points to the deck. I decided to go with a very different approach. So we still have 4 points for Demonic Tutor. And then I used 3 points each on the Emerald and Sapphire. I think Mox Sapphire is a really underrated Mox because there's so many good blue points. It is a Moxen. It is worth the 3 points, and it's probably the best Moxen. Probably red is the second best. But I really like a Moxen spread in this style of deck where Aluren's 4, right? And it's that if you can just get ahead of your opponent and stay ahead, that's so useful that I really want to try point spread with more of this mana rock strategy where we're just trying to get ahead, keep mana up on our opponent's turn for counter spells, and then on our turn, be able to accelerate things out when we're ready for it. So first I wanted to start with the legendary wizards. There's not too many in the deck, only 3, but the legendary wizards can be found by both of our cards. We have another Wizard Cycler as well. But Acererak, the Archlich, he was really the reason I got reinvigorated into playing an Aluren strategy. I showed in my first video how the combo works. So if you want to, you can watch that video there. The other legendary wizard we have is Marilyn of the Mornsong. There's a combo with this card, so I'll read it quick and we'll get over the combo. We'll go over the combo shortly. Elf Wizard, 3 mana, 2/3. Players can't draw cards. I love those words. And at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it into their hand, then shuffles their library. So it's kind of risky if you have only a Marilyn, but we play an opposition agent, so that's what our combo will involve. And our third legendary wizard, the Vendilion Clique, basically a discard effect, lets you see your opponent's hand, see if you're good to go. Fun card to tutor for sure. Now, just the wizards in the deck. Let's go over just the wizards. We have a Nimble Obstructionist. You can tutor for this you can cycle for this with a Wizard Cycler, and then cycle this to get a Stifle effect as well, just a flash 3/1. Here's our other Wizard Cycler. Really, we're only playing this for Wizard Cycling, but if you need a blocker, you can flash it in. Snapcaster Mage, Great Wizard, Seagate Stormcaller. This is part of our combo with Marilyn, so I'll go over that in a second. And Malevolent Hermit, a nice counterspell wizard. On the other side, your non-creature spells can't be countered. So, some really fun wizards in our deck. And now I'll just go over the value creatures. Really, we have a couple that work with Aluren: the Baleful Strix, the Cavern Harpy, the Icefang Coatl. I have only a couple Mana Dorks, and I like these two because they're hexproof. We don't play too many creatures, so they're somewhat removal resistant. Eternal Witness, Opposition Agent, as I said, and Timeless Witness. Oh, you know what? I have another stack of cards, actually. These are just the legendaries that we can find. Uro makes his appearance again as an Aluren piece. Ukima, the Stalking Shadow. This is the line I think that a lot of the legacy decks are playing. Instead of a Surak, they might play an Ukima Stalking Shadow, a whale wolf. Can't be blocked, and when Ukima leaves the battlefield, it deals X to target player, and you gain that life. So, just to reiterate here, the combo, when you have a Aluren out is you can play the Ukima, play the Cavern Harpy to bounce the Ukima. You'll drain them. You pay the 1 life. You're ahead, and they're down. Another great, not wizard to find, but legendary creature to find, Sveilun. Wonderful stats, draws you a card when they attack. Leovold, this is a way to just protect your things or, disincentivize your opponent from targeting your stuff. Kira, this is a perfect way to protect your things. All your creatures have a protection spell basically on them. Whenever this creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, for the first time in a turn, counter that spell or ability. And then one of my favorite legends here, Dosan the Falling Leaf, a human monk. Players can play spells only during their own turns. So when you're ready to go off, maybe you can find your time of need to find Dosan, cast him first in your Aluren chain to make sure your opponent's not going to do anything to interrupt you. So some pretty fun ones here. And that's kind of why I really like the time of need specialty. I guess I'll go over the combo quickly. So we'll just go over the combos quickly. Aluren, Isurak, the Archlich. You just keep casting this guy, bouncing himself, choosing the Fandelver mine. That's a win con. Another one would involve Cavern Harpy and really any of these creatures. These will, draw you cards hopefully into one of your kill conditions. Uro will guarantee it because you gained a life, so you're ahead of life. And then Ukima, as I mentioned before, those two just work together. So, and I guess I'll mention one other cool thing. The Cavern Harpy and a Seagate Stormcaller. This will let you cast some spell a lot. So maybe you're going to use it on a Demonic Tutor or even a Brainstorm, something like that. That can get you pretty far ahead. Now, without Aluren, there is a combo which does involve the Seagate Stormcaller. We're not worrying about the kicker cost, so it's a 2-mana, 2/1 human wizard. When Seagate Stormcaller enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with current mana cost 2 or less you cast this turn when you cast it. So we're going to cast Neoform as our combo. We sacrifice some 2-mana creature, probably the Stormcaller. And then we search for a creature card, convert mana cost 1+2. So we'll find a 3, and they get an additional 1/1 counter. The 2 creatures we'll find, because we get a copy, is the Marilyn of the Mornsong and the Opposition Agent, both 3-mana creatures. Now, what this is going to do is your opponent's going to get their turn. They're going to lose 3 life. You're going to search their library for a card. You get to exile that. And then on your turn, you lose 3 life. You search your library for a card, put that into your hand. So as long as you can beat the board and beat the opponent's hand, they'll be locked out. Now, I'm not saying you should always go for this. This is why this is kind of like more the Mimi, because this is very risky. You are still losing life, so maybe you got to find an Uro on your first one. Who knows? But I really like Neoform, and I thought, this is a perfect time to try something like this out when I'm playing these wizards, these legendary creatures, things like that. So those are the combos in the deck. Now I've got to go over some of the some of the other pieces of the deck that make the deck hum. Rapid fire some tutors. We got Demonic Tutor, we have the Neoform we saw, Profane Tutor, Finale of Devastation to find something, from a graveyard or a creature. Usually we're finding a 2 with this, so for 4 mana it's not bad. Limdol's Vault, this one really lets us dig. Take some time to read it, but really it's a great card when you're trying to find something specific. It's instant speed. That's what's wonderful about it. Some really good discard, our Thoughtseize, our Inquisition Duress, the new one, Dread Fugue, some removal and discard with Collective Brutality, Bloodchief's Thirst, Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay, and Assassin's Trophy. And then a couple utility spells. I have a Growth Spiral, just to get ahead, Veil of Summer, kind of to protect us, and an Unearth, which gets back almost every creature in our deck, except for the Timeless Witness. A few more utility creatures, or utility cards. Sylvan Library gets lots of drawing going. Oko, Thief of Crowns, can gain life. Elk Things, it's pretty good. And then a lot of our deck really is in a counterspell suite and draw cards. So we're playing the Spell Pierce, Snare, Counterspell, Drown Lock, Lose Focus, Mana Leak, Memory Lapse, Remand, Force. And our draws, Memory Deluge. I really like this card, especially in this type of deck where you're, holding up, just trying to get ahead. And then Latinum's Legacy, I'll go over quick. Just choose a card in your hand, shuffle it into your library to draw 2 at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So if you wanted to Neoform into something, this is a good way to put that back. Then Opt, Peak, Cling to Dust, Consider, pretty good card, really good. Brainstorm, Ponder, and Preordain. So that's the deck. That's what I came up with this week. Not going to go over the lands. They're just mana producing lands. Nothing, no utilities there. I really like the Mox and Spread in this style of deck where we are somewhat control, but also a combo finish. So just being able to get ahead, like I keep saying, is so important. That's why these cards are so good. So that's what I got. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys like the Time of Need style that this deck took on, and we'll see what I got next week. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the paper style again as well. It's a bit more work, but it is fun just to touch the cards every once in a while. See ya! Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you have any ideas you want for deck techs or something you want me to cover, let me know. I'm hoping to keep doing this for a while, at least until I run out of ideas. So thanks again. Have a good one.